The Ati people are the original inhabitants of Boracay Island. DELIA JUSTO says she grew up in a peaceful setting with no worries. They tilled their own land, seafood was abundant, and they were free to roam the island they call their home. But not anymore. They feel they are being squeezed out. Around 200 of them live in this tiny village provided by the government a few years ago.
Some of us work in hotel construction, others go fishing, though not many of us get to do it. Life is hard here because there are different people who live there now.
Life in the village is in stark contrast to the rest of the island. Settlers have moved in, they say, and the Atis are now marginalized. Boracay is now one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. More than 2 million visitors a year, but fewer than 50 Atis are able to work in the hotels and bars. Construction in the island has grown exponentially over the last 20 years. Revenues from businesses here make up around 20% of the total tourism industry in the country. But President Rodrigo Duterte says the situation in Boracay is no longer sustainable and has ordered the closure of the island for 6 months. The government says around half the businesses on Boracay have violated environmental rules. Duterte believes the island is already uninhabitable.
I will close Boracay. Boracay is a cesspool. You go into the water, it's smelly.
But many people in Boracay say that's an overreaction and cruel, especially to the more than 35,000 Filipinos dependent on the island for their livelihoods.
I'm glad that the president is paying attention to the island, but I just don't understand why the law-abiding citizens will be punished as well.
The government's been accused of not being clear about its plans for Boracay. State officials say there will be an emergency fund to help businesses and workers during the 6 months the island's closed. The Atis hope there is a plan for them too. They say the story of Boracay's development is a continuing story of injustice. That those who have always lived on the island and have very little to call their own now stand to lose even more. Jamela, Alindogan, Jazeera, Boracay Island, Central Philippines.